All rise.
This is Deeper Than Money. Talk to me. I want viewers watching my show to believe in themselves.
Judge Hatchett is compelling.
If he is not going to honor you, he needs to be gone.
Compassionate.
I don't want you to give up on your dreams. I don't. And I want to figure out how we get this straight.
She's powerful.
If I were in this situation, I would have put you out too.
And she's on the bench.
I feel like I'm being judged here.
That's what I do.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. Jake Collins is suing Mark Kavanaugh in the amount of $800. Mr. Collins claims the defendant ran over his bike when he delivered a pizza to his home and says his only mode of transportation was crushed and he lost work.
Oh, my goodness. You and the defendant had quite an encounter, I understand. And that's why you're in the court suing for $800.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me the situation. What happened?
So I recently moved to Seattle about 2 years ago, and about a year ago, I needed to get cash, so I decided to go to Lorenzo's, a local pizza shop that you have to have a bike for. And I've been delivering pizzas ever since. I deliver pizzas in a very short radius, and I deliver to the defendant quite often. This time around, I was informed we have new safety rules where we have to put the bikes in a not as conspicuous area as we normally would, so no sidewalks, not out in the open, try and keep it hidden, basically, because we have had some incidents recently of people stealing bikes. Mm-hmm. And this time around, I was going up to deliver pizza to the defendant, and they tend to take a while when paying. Basically,
why is that? Why? I mean, if they've ordered the delivery, why is it taking time to pay you?
They never pay in card, they only pay in cash. We offer both cash and card.
Yes.
Most people tend to go for card because it tends to be a little bit faster with chip and tap nowadays, but the defendant always pays in cash.
All right.
This time around, his wife was looking for cash. I didn't see the defendant in the house, at least in the door frame. And while they were getting cash, it was taking a bit longer than it usually does. It normally takes like 5-7 minutes. This time I was taking around 10-ish.
Wait a minute, it usually takes 5 to 7 minutes when they know you're coming to pay you in cash?
Yep.
All right, but this time it took even longer. You're saying it took approximately some 10 minutes or so.
It was quite a while.
Okay, quite a while.
Far longer than should have been.
All right.
And as I'm waiting for...
I just kind of think you have the money in your pocket and you're waiting for the pizza to come. And it's not like it's a surprise because they ordered it. But nevertheless, it takes time. It took a little bit longer this time. Mm-hmm. All right, so then what happens?
The defendant, I think the defendant was going out to his truck because he brushes past me, kind of almost knocking me down. A little passive-aggressive, if I would add.
So did he's at your house delivering pizza, is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
And so you leave the house.
Yes, Judge.
And your wife is the one who's finding the money to pay.
Yeah, what it is when he comes over to talk to my wife's really attractive. And he will then talk to her a little too much. And I think sometimes he's trying to get a tip. So that's probably what was happening, is she's good looking, and he wanted to talk to this good looking woman and maybe jazz her up, and then she gives him more money. That happens all the time.
That happens all the time?
Yeah, well, where someone's young and attractive is a pizza boy, and they want to talk to another girl, and the pizza boy probably is gonna, he believes fantasies he sees in films and thinks he can just talk to the wife.
Wow, okay. All right, so did you get a bigger tip?
No.
You didn't get a bigger tip. So now you're delivering the pizza, you get paid for the delivery, and why are we in my court today?
Because the defendant has run over my bike.
So where was the bike?
On the driveway, out of the way, as per the new safety guidelines.
Okay, all right.
Basically what happened was there's a bunch of big bushes from the driveway to the steps. I couldn't see what was happening. I see him walk past. I believe I heard his car start, but I don't remember that part exactly. But I do remember a loud crunch, and then him cursing.
All right, so And that's
Yes.
what the $800 is. You're saying that that is the cost of the replacement of the bike.
Yes, it is.
Why is it so much? Why is the bike $800?
Because I was trying to match it to the new bike as close as I can to the bike that got destroyed. It was actually a gift from my parents when I moved to Seattle.
But this is your source of income?
Yes, this is my only current solid source of income. I do get tips here and there from the gigs I play with my bandmates and whatnot, but this is my steady income.
Did you all try to work this out before you came to court? Did you ask him to pay this money?
I did,
And what was your response?
$800 for a bicycle? What's it made out of? The bones of his dead ancestors? $800?
Bones of his dead ancestors. Come on now.
Coming up on The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
I think that because he's poor and he thinks he's entitled to what rich people have, maybe he wants to get his bike run over to get extra money, and suddenly it's $800?
And later,
The stairways were narrow and winding. The elevator was too small for the large objects. So he took it upon himself to take this stuff and throw it from the third-story balcony down into my parking lot.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Jake Collins, who is suing Mark Kavanaugh for property damage.
So what happened to the damage to your truck, Vinny?
I did bring evidence right here,
Please, let me see.
and I got a scratch on my truck, and I'm not complaining about it. I'm not suing him for it.
So, Mark, let me ask you this. Are you somewhat condescending to this man, calling him Pizza Boy?
It's not my fault he's made some bad life choices and ended
What
up
do you
delivering
mean?
pizzas to me.
Whoa. What do you mean about bad life choices?
He's a musician.
That seems awfully condescending to me.
He's a musician and a pizza boy. 2 strikes, you're out.
What does that mean? Your attitude seems quite condescending to me.
I'm not on trial here, Judge.
No, you're
The whole
not.
point
You're
of his
not on
case is-
trial, and I certainly understand that. But I also want to because this is more than money. And if you
Okay.
know anything about me, you know I'm going to have this conversation. He's not out here committing crimes. He's not out here breaking into your home. He's not out here poisoning communities with drugs. He is saying, I want to be a musician, and I am going to make money and do it in an honest, legitimate way to support my dreams of being a musician. And what you have said in my courtroom is that you've called him a pizza boy and that you think that he has made poor life choices.
He parked his bike behind my truck. in
No,
the
that's
dark.
not the poor life choices you were talking about. You
That
were
isn't-
talking about him being a delivery person and the fact that he is a musician. That's really what you're saying. Now, you're trying to flip the script now, talking about he made poor choices by putting the bike behind your truck.
Okay, but if he had not, we wouldn't be here. I think that because he's poor and he thinks he's entitled to what rich people have, maybe he wants to get his bike run over to get extra money, and suddenly it's $800? If it was so expensive, he should take care of it better.
How many days did you miss off of work because of this bike being damaged?
I missed 4 days of work because I couldn't get a new bike until Thursday, and this happened Monday.
And so you had to wait until you got paid to be able to replace the bike because you needed the bike to be able to continue to work a legitimate job, right? To earn money, you are on a bike selling pizza, delivering pizza. And the bike was destroyed because this man really, wait! Why didn't you check to see where the bike was parked?
I thought he took a car.
You thought he did what?
I thought he drove a car.
This man has been to your house multiple times. Have you ever seen him in a car?
No, I figured he just delivered the pizza and he got out of his car, he kept it parked someplace and walked up. I didn't think he rode a bike.
Have you ever seen him, a car parked in front of your house?
No, and I haven't
Delivering
seen.
pizza?
No, Judge, and I haven't seen him on a bike either.
Did you really care how he got there? You probably didn't care.
Well, I do care. I want to get my pizza fast.
Oh, you know what? You know what? You know what? The more you're talking, okay, so not only are you going to get the $800, you're going to get another, what's your average pay a day? Just roughly.
Just from tips alone, about $100, and that's honestly what I lost via having to go home early that day. Average, I would say $250.
$250? That sounds good. All right, so we'll just say, we'll round it down to $200 a day times 4.
Well, now I know why you drive around a $800 bike.
Ooh.
You ran it over.
Ooh, wait, then $250.
Then why did you park it behind me?
Times 4. Looks like $1,000 to me. And then another couple of $100 a day in tips. Looks like $1,400. Is that what that looks like?
Looks like that.
Right? Plus, I'm just gonna round that up to, why not? Why not just round it up to 2,000? Just as a matter of principle.
Well, now you can buy 2
And
bikes.
then we're gonna add the 8. Keep talking.
What?
Keep talking.
You told me to talk.
Keep talking.
I thought I was supposed to.
Oh yeah, keep on.
Okay.
Yeah, go on. What else you got to say?
You told me not to talk.
Go on now.
But you told me not to talk.
I want to hear what you got to say now.
But you told me
Because
not
you're
to
being
talk.
a smart ass.
No, I thought you wanted me to talk.
Go ahead. Just by all means, continue.
Wait, do you want me to talk or not talk? I'm
Please,
sorry.
please talk.
But 5
Continue.
minutes ago, you wanted me to talk. Now you're telling me to not talk.
And now I'm telling you to talk again.
Are you sure?
I absolutely am.
I think that you weren't being serious the last time you wanted me to talk, so I'm not going to talk now.
$2,000 plus the $800 for the bike. That looks like about $2,800. And because I think that we need a round number, I'm going to round it up to 3. Judgment for the plaintiff for $3,000. I wish you well.
Thank you.
We'll stand adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Hatchett has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $3,000.
I just got to say this one thing. Your wife is a 5.
She told me not to talk.
Coming up,
And the place was way worse than I would expect. And I'm a junker,
Right.
and this place, it was to the ceiling with furniture.
you're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. Kevin Wilkerson is suing John Howell in the amount of $3,250. Mr. Wilkerson claims the defendant hired him to remove junk from a hoarder's apartment and says he completed the back-breaking job but was never paid.
Hi, good day. We've got a suit, clearly a dispute between the two of you. So you want to start first and tell me what's happening?
Your Honor, to me, it's pretty open and shut. I did a job for him. I run a junking business, and we were supposed to remove a bunch of junk from an apartment. It was a lot more work than we expected. It was a hoarder's place. He didn't really prepare us for it, and we only had 3 days. We thankfully were able to get it done in the 3 days, and then he refused to pay us.
Is he the owner of the property?
Yes.
And so did you have a contract that he was supposed to remove this?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I told him he had to get it done in 3 days. I had contractors coming. This was a hoarder's apartment. And it took that long. That's how bad it was. Yeah.
Because of what? What happened?
The stairways were narrow and winding. The elevator was too small for the large objects. So he took it upon himself to take this stuff and throw it from the third-story balcony down into my parking lot.
What?
Yeah, it's what? We'll show.
So you
there's a video we have. You'll see this.
I want to see this video. So now we're talking about 3 stories down.
Yes.
That he threw things over
From the
balcony.
third floor down off the balcony onto the concrete and broke the concrete in 4 different places.
Coming up,
It was like we were children crawling around on the ground like a pillow fort, but it was dangerous. It was sharp edges, things, carcasses, like I said.
Nowhere near the danger
It
you
was-
created throwing the stuff off the balcony.
you're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Kevin Wilkerson, who is suing John Howell for breach of contract.
Well, let me see. Let me see what happened.
As you can see, he's on the third floor balcony, taking all of the furniture and objects that were hoarded in this apartment and just threw it over. And this went on for 3 days. I mean, there was a lot of stuff in this place.
That's not true.
And I had to spend $3,127 repairing and replacing the concrete that he destroyed in the process of this. He never came over to look at the job.
What?
And he just, yeah, you never came over and looked
there.
and checked.
You weren't there.
You didn't come over and check it out
You had your building manager
first.
who had no problem with it when
No,
we were
you
doing
just,
it.
you just.
Well, that raises an interesting question now, Kevin. Before you agreed to take on this job, did you look at the stairwell? Did you look at the elevator? Did you figure out how you were going to get the things from the third floor down to the
It was a rush job. He needed it in 3 days, so we didn't have time to go over there. He didn't tell us about, which he clearly knew, it was by his own admission, it was too small for us to do, you know, and the place was way worse than I would expect. And I'm a junker,
Right.
you know, and this place, it was to the ceiling with furniture, you know.
Wow.
We couldn't walk in this apartment.
I told
we
you
had
that
to,
on the phone before you took the
you sent
job.
me an
I
email.
told you
sent
it was
me
a
an
hoarder.
email. You
And
said
you-
a hoarder. You weren't going into specifics. There was rat
Hoarder's a
carcasses.
hoarder, Your Honor.
There's different levels. Okay, there's different levels. It was like we were children crawling around on the ground like a pillow fort, but it was dangerous. You know, sharp edges, things, carcasses, like I said.
Nowhere near the danger
It
you
was-
created throwing the stuff off the balcony.
Judge Hatchett's verdict when we return. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
Kevin, it was a mistake not to have gone over to assess the property. It would have been wise on your part to have gone over and assessed it. Now, Mr. John, let me tell you this. What I am saying to you, because you have said, I am a businessman, I have a contract, he should have assessed it, but you also told me right here in my courtroom that the elevator was not big enough, the stairwell was too narrow. So I think that in all fairness, there's got to be some adjustment here. Do I think that you should get the whole $3,200? No, because of the damage. Do I think that you bear some responsibility? Yes, I do. And so I am going to order that you pay the plaintiff half of what the deal was. So I'm ordering you to pay roughly, I'm going to round it up to $1,600, and so that way you have money left there to go back and repair this parking lot. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,600. If there's nothing further, we will stand adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Hatchett has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,600.
Any final words or comments for each other?
Well, ain't what I wanted, ain't what you wanted, but I'll take it.
As long as I can pay my guys, that's enough.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.